Hey everybody, Tyler with Whole PM here, and today we're just talking about one of the many new laws that has come down the pipe in Colorado the last few years. This specifically is House Bill 24-1318, and this was talking about modifications or accommodations to a property when a tenant has a disability. So, for instance, building a ramp, widening doorways, stuff like that. So, what this bill did was it amended Colorado's fair housing statute so that a tenant with a disability, when they request a reasonable modification, and the word reasonable is important here, to a rental premises, the landlord can no longer require that the tenant pays for those modifications. And it also removes the provision that allows the landlord to require that tenant to restore the property back to its original condition when the tenancy ends. So this became law August of 2024. So one of the big things you got to interpret here is what is reasonable or what may constitute an undue burden. So if the cost or the magnitude of the requested modification relative to the property value and owner financial capacity is too high or too undue, then there is an argument for denying that because of undue financial burden. Now, there's not a lot of consensus here to be able to calculate really what if there's no math there. Again, consensus on how to calculate that, but what you can do, for instance, a good example here is if a tenant requests an accommodation that you got to widen all the doorways within the property and remodel the bathroom so that it's accessible. Well, you can then get a quote or an estimate for that work. And let's say you got a $300,000 house, it's renting for $1,800 a month, $2,000 a month. And then we look at a project like that, which could cost $20,000. Well, that's seems like a pretty fair claim that hey, this is an undue burden, both financially and operationally on the landlord. So you're in what we would call a defensible position to deny that full scope, but you'd obviously want to offer some kind of alternative, like able to install a portable ramp or something like that. So obviously you want to be real intentional with how you treat accommodation requests, get real estimates. Then you got to look at whether or not that is undue versus the property's value and your financial capacity as a landlord. Again, if you have other questions on this new legislation or anything else, just call us here at Whole Property Management at 720-737-1373, and we're happy to help.